Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle here with Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas, and I'm glad to be with you here today. I am going to go over here and make sure my computer is all set up and ready for me to chat with you while I'm stamping, which you guys know is my most favorite thing to do. So yeah, it looks like we're on, and hopefully the computer will cooperate with me today. I'm excited to stamp with you some Easter lilies from the Easter Lilies bundle in the mini catalog. They are so beautiful, and Easter comes early this year. It's at the end of March. It's the last Sunday of March this year. Next year, I already looked, and it's like almost the end of April. Easter's weird to me. I never can predict when Easter's going to be. And I don't know how they come up with that. I'm sure there's a calendar, right? It follows the Jewish Passover. So if any of you out there are my Jewish friends, maybe you can explain to me how that season works. Hi, Dana. Thanks for joining me today. Anyway, I wanted to get a head start on some Easter cards with you so that you can get some inspiration about your own Easter cards. I don't always send out Easter cards, but this year I'm gonna, because I think this bundle is just so pretty. I think you're gonna really enjoy it. It is a beautiful day in Midland. Right now it is 80 degrees. We actually this weekend had a cookout out in our backyard with our son-in-law and daughter and grandkids and played games outside. It was a beautiful weekend following kind of a chilly week last week. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Brenda. Yay, watching me from work. I love that. I love the sneaky watchers. That's always fun. So I'm going to turn my camera down here real quick, talk to you about some cards that I just got in the mail that I want to show off to you, and talk to you about some new product that will be available to customers starting, let's see if that is correct. I always get nervous about this. Let me see. Something isn't right. I think I need to go back this way. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, first of all, I want to show off some beautiful cards that I got in the mail this week. I hope you guys will be okay with me doing that. I got this card from my friend Sue Thomas. Sue came to my bingo night last week and wanted to send me some money and a little thank you. And I love this card. I love the simplicity of it, don't you? A little fall motif, but it's beautiful. And just a little edge. She Judified the inside like I like to do. So thank you, Sue, for that card. This beautiful card came from Cindy Howard, who's also in Hazen, North Dakota. And she sent me a sweet letter telling me a little bit about her life and who she is and some embellishments, and that was super sweet of you. So thank you so much for that card. Isn't that so pretty? That uses that diagonal die. For some reason, the name isn't coming to me right now. And I love how she colored the oranges here. Always something, I don't know, refreshing about oranges, right? And then I have been a part of a swap with some other demonstrators, and they're all using two of them look very similar. It's always funny when that happens. The Everyday Details dies and stamp set. And you guys know how I feel about this. Aren't the colors in this really pretty? This is something I don't know if I would ever think about doing, like using three. It looks like Old Olive, maybe crushed curry, and I would say that that's Poppy Parade. So pretty together. Wishing you much joy on this special day. I love that card. That came to me from Judy Garza, who lives in Victoria, Texas. This one is also, I love that nest, guys. And this person paper pieced those eggs in there. So she stamped the nest, and then she stamped again on boho blue and cut it out around the edges and adhered it to the inside. It's very pretty, very bold. I like that. And same sentiment. And this came from my friend Kim Allen, who lives, it's up in the northeast somewhere. So I'm sorry, Kim, I can't remember where you live. This one, I took out of the envelope, and so I have no idea who made it, but it is so, so pretty. You make every day a little brighter. I love how she colored the flowers and the leaves. Just that, this is, let me look here, Lost Lagoon. Very, very monochromatic and very pretty. So I love that card. These two look very alike, don't they? It's same fold. This one used that nest again. You guys know how much I love that. This paper is paper that I'm using today. It's called Poetic Expressions. And this one came from Ruth Bingle, who lives in Arkansas. So pretty. And then, sorry again, I took this one out of the envelope, but I love the rickrack die on that pattern. Hi, Sue. Thanks for joining us. And that teacup, I just showed off a card that I just got in the mail from you today. And look at this one. So many details on this card. This person put a lot of work into this, and it looks like it came from, I don't know. I'm so bad. I need to remember to. But I love the yellow and the blues and the boho blue. And she used that Countryside Inn designer series paper. Very pretty, very springy, right? So hope you guys enjoy seeing those cards. Those are very fun. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is, as demonstrators, we got a special quick buy of some new online exclusives that will be available to customers starting tomorrow. The first one is my favorite because you guys know how much I love bright colors, but Simply Zinnia is the name of the stamp set, and we have some zinnia dies that coordinate with it. These are so fun. Not only do they cut out these pieces that are in the stamp set, but they also give you some pieces so you can build your own zinnias, and it also cuts out the zinnias in these papers right here. You get a stem, you get all kinds of fun elements, a little leaf there, fun things to build your own zinnias. You get an embossing folder that has zinnias in it. Let's see if I open this up, if you can see this a little bit better. Maybe it'll catch the light for us there, and you can see the zinnias on that, but it's an outline of zinnias. So pretty. And then this paper just screams spring. I love bright colors. It reminds me of my bedroom growing up. These are the kind of colors I had in it. So these zinnias can be cut out with the dies. The back side of this is just a purple check. You get this fun green, and at first I thought that kind of looked like cornstalk, but I've seen people do some pretty things with that paper. The back side is a green stripe. Here's another bright, bold, different from this one. This one has a white background. This one has a flirty flamingo background. So fun and bright. And then the back side, look at that. That is pumpkin pie and I would guess daffodil delight. This is fun. This is one of those papers where you can just cut off and create a panel on the front of your card just with the designer series paper, right? And then the back side of this one is this lemon lime twist. It looks like lemon lolly in there as well. So fun. And then the last one is just a little more smaller, diminutive zinnias. And the back side is this petal pink dotted paper. So the back sides are fun too. And look at this tone-on-tone zinnia paper. That looks like, melon mamba to me. So pretty. And the back side of this is just a dot, crosshatch and a dot pattern. So this is going to be a hit product. It's available to customers tomorrow. If you're looking for it, you need to, hi Judy Gill. So fun. So this suite is available to customers tomorrow. All right. And then let's move on to what else is an online exclusive. The Latte Love is an online exclusive suite as well. All about coffee. You get this fun stamp set with a mug and some little coffee art that you can put in the center of the mug. Some great sentiments. And these dies are so fun. You get a French press. You get a carafe. You get a couple of kinds of mugs, everything. These things can all be cut out from the stamp set, which is fun. This paper is all about coffee. So these can be die cut from the dies, or you can just use it as a background paper. Very coffee-esque here. This paper I'd probably use in small amounts on the back of the front of the card, just to give a little coffee emphasis. This one is a Calypso Coral. Here's another kind of latte looking swirl. So these hearts are so fun. Looks like the hearts they make in a coffee cup, right? This looks like coffee splatters. I love the blue on the back side. Look how cute those two look together. You can definitely fussy cut a lot of these out. This bigger mug has a die, but the other ones you would have to fussy cut. It's so cute. Very small coffee cups on that one. Super fun designer series paper to go with that latte. You also can get these embellishments that look like little coffee swirls, and this jute ribbon with the dots all coordinate together, which is super fun. Next, you get the Filled with Fun. This is a little wagon set with different things you can put inside the wagon. Some great dies to build a wagon. And I like how they put this little lip here on the bottom of this piece so you can slide it in to the wagon, which is a great detail, right? You get banners, you get the wheels, you get a little handle, you get some balloons, some hearts. They thought of everything with that bundle. It's called Filled with Love. Here's another bundle called Happy Little Things. It's a word bundle, outside and inside, outside, inside. So you get the border and you get the inside piece, so you can layer those on top. And you can get these little banner dies so that you can stamp the bold and then cut out these skinnier little words with this other banner, one of the other two banners. So that's a fun little combo bundle set as well. I am in love with this stamp set. It's called Comforting Thoughts, and it's all about when you have a hard time sending a card to somebody that's going through a really hard time. Cancer sucks. I love that. I wish I can make this all better. Wishing you comfort. Thinking of you and praying for you and hoping with you. I do have lots of love to give. There's no good card for this. So those things that are hard to say, right? Those times when you need a card, you're thinking about them and you just want them to know you feel their pain a little bit. So I love Comforting Thoughts. It is a new online exclusive stamp set as well. This one is just so pretty. This one's called Sweetly Scripted. Has a save the date, speedy recovery, a million thanks, happy birthday, congratulations, happy anniversary. Just fun, beautiful scripts that can just go all the way across your card front. I love that. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of that one as well. And the last one I bought is called Drizzling Droplets. It's a background set. You definitely need that largest size of a clear block, but this is going to create some beautiful backgrounds. And I can see stamping this with Versamark on any color of paper and embossing it with gold or silver embossing powder, and it just will give a really elegant, fun, festive look. So all of these are available tomorrow for customers in my online store, which is the Tuttle Up shop. And you will have to search for online exclusive. If you go to the search bar and just type in online exclusives, it will be there. All of them will pop up, okay? So, here we go. So today's cards are going to be made with lots of things. I've got all the things here. Okay, so the star of the show is the Easter Lilies stamp set and dies. This is a fun die set because you can build a lily, which we're going to do today, with some leaves and the little stamen for the center. But you can also stamp and die cut out the outline images of the flower and this little leaf here. And some great Easter sentiments in there. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. He is risen. Peace I give to you. God is good. Okay. So not necessarily have to be Easter, but lilies are definitely an Easter thing. But sometimes I do like having like some sentiments with scriptures on it, right? We're also going to be using the Poetic Expressions Designer Series paper. This is available in the mini catalog. Just some soft, subtle prints, great colors. The colors in this are Boho Blue, Bubble Bath, Lost Lagoon, Moody Mauve, Mossy Meadow, and Wild Wheat, okay? Then we're going to be using several other die sets. I'm going to be using this large rectangle die from the Everyday Details. I'm going to be using this postage stamp die from the perennial postage dies. And I'm going to be using this large circular scalloped label from the Poetic Thoughtful Expressions, thank you, and this little small label in there as well. So let's get started. All these cards are so beautiful. Can't wait to get started on them with you, okay? So I'm going to start with the one that is not a fun fold first, and then my last two cards will be fun folds, so I think you will enjoy those. Let me put those aside. Okay, so I'm starting with a piece of lemon lolly paper that is 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I'm pulling on my other pre-stamped pieces over here. Lemon lolly, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I don't think we use this color enough. Do you? I mean, it's a great, maybe when spring comes. We have just come out of the holidays and celebrations. So lemon lolly, that's our first one. I'm going to grab my bone folder and give this a really good edge on it here. Okay. And then I have a piece of balmy blue that I have embossed with a quadrifoil embossing folder. And this is cut 3 3/4 by 5. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to put that over there. So this is balmy blue. That's going to end up going on right there eventually. I have a piece of basic white that is cut 3 inches by 4.5 inches. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to grab that Everyday Details rectangular die right here, and I'm going to cut out a frame with this. So I'm going to put it on there, equal edges all the way around. I'm going to go off screen to my die cutting machine and die cut out a rectangular frame. And you're going to get 2 pieces with this, which is kind of cool. You're going to get an inside rectangle that's cut out, but then you also get a frame around the outside as well. So looks like all my little dots came out of that, which is a good thing, okay? So I'm gonna take my liquid glue, and this piece is what is on the inside, and I will just save that for another day, right? Because I'll be using that, I'm pretty sure, right? So, because you guys know how much I love that. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of liquid glue around my edges here, just enough to hold it down on my balmy blue paper right there. I'm gonna place this right in the center, right here. Okay, and that's flat, obviously, right? All right, now I'm gonna take 2 pieces of basic white. They're both 4 by 5 1/4. And on one of them, I'm gonna grab my Memento black ink, and I'm gonna start stamping some of these lilies. So I'm gonna stamp this one that's kind of a sideways looking lily, like that. I'm gonna stamp 2 of these that are full open lilies. I want 2 of those. There we go. I also want a full lily kind of down in the bottom right corner right here of my inside of my card. All right, I'm going to put that off to the side for a second. And then I need a stem. Right here. And then I need the buds. So my brother-in-law, speaking of buds, gave me an amaryllis plant as a Christmas gift. And it bloomed 8 beautiful large blooms. And then it started looking kind of sad. And so I was going to throw it away, toss it out. And then right before I did that, I looked down into the bulb and I could see another bud coming up. So today I've got another bud blooming. It's so pretty. So fun. That is a great gift. I have my lemon lolly blends, and I have my, I want my light and dark lemon lime twist right there. Then I also want some Week of Stella. Let me put all these guys over here. I won't need those anymore. And I'm going to start coloring. So I started with light lemon lolly, and I'm just kind of pulling the middle, like the center of this white lily. I'm just adding some lemon lime twist in there. I said lemon lime twist. Lemon lolly is what I'm using. I will use lemon lime twist here in just a minute. Okay, so just bringing that lemon lolly into the centers, and on here just adding a little bit right here at the bottom, and same with my buds right here. Just a little bit of lemon lolly, very soft, right? And then I'm going to bring in a little dark just right here in the center. Not of that one, but of this one. Dark lemon lolly. And then I'm going to grab my light lemon lime twist. And I'm going to do the stem, but I'm also going to go up just a little bit into that bloom in that bud. All right, and then my stem right here, I'm going to start with a light. So pretty. Okay, then go to my inside of my card, and I'm going to do the same thing with this lily here. I'm going to add some light lemon lolly in there. Okay. A little dark in the center, just like I did on the other card. Okay, squeaky, isn't it? And then with my dark lemon lime twist, I'm just going to add a little bit of shading, a little bit of a darker green, and some key spots right here where the stem might be a little bit darker. All right, I took some Wink of Stella and added a little Wink of Stella to the center of my flowers here, the large open ones. All right, and then I would grab my dies, which are right here, and I would center all of these onto their stamped images. That and that. Got the stem right here. I would have to do the large flower twice. Okay, keep going wrong side there because I have two of them. And they didn't give us two large dies, which is fine. And then my bud right here. And I would take them to I'd tape them down with my Post-it note tape, go over to my Big Shot and cut them out. But by the magic of television, I already did that because I didn't want us to take too much time doing all of that off camera, okay? Then I also cut some stamens. I cut 3 of them out of lemon lolly paper. But before I adhere them, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to cut a little bit of it off because if you're putting this stamen on this flower, it's going to kind of overwhelm it, right? So what I did is I took my paper snips and I cut this little tail over here off and cut the bottom of each one down just a little bit and added a touch of glue to the base. And attach it right there to the center of my lily, okay? And I'm going to do that 3 times. I'm going to cut this little leg off right here. Make that a little bit rounder. Add a little glue. And attach that right here to the center of that large one. Got a little too much glue on that, but it'll dry, it'll be fine. And then this one more. You can do the exact same thing. Cut that leg off. So this week is a not so busy week. I need to start working on some of my swaps for our National Convention, which will be in Houston in a couple weeks. I signed up for an Easter swap, so I think I'm going to use one of these Easter lily cards I'm making today for that. You guys will have to help me decide which one you like the best. And then for each of these stamens, you guys, I'm going to add a little more Wink of Stella to each one just to give them a little sparkle. Wink of Stella is amazing. You guys have heard me say I might have the nation's stash in my craft room here. I didn't realize it was in such high demand, so maybe I'll go to the black market, right? I don't know. All right, so this inside is going to go on the inside of our card. I'm going to go ahead and attach that so I don't forget it. It's going to go right in here to my lemon lolly base. I have that right there. Okay, I'm going to put this aside just a second. I have my lily here that I'm going to build. So I'm going to start with my stem at the bottom. Add some glue, and it's okay if it goes off the edge of our frame here a little bit, because it won't go off the side of the card. And then this lily bloom is going to kind of go off to the side this way. Now look at how I did that right there. Okay, this little bud is going to go off the top edge of the card here. That way. And then these two full flowers, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back side and attach it to I'm going to pop them up like they're popping out from the card here a little bit. And let me think about how I did this. This one I did right here like that. And my second one, I'm going to put a little more that way, like that. So isn't that pretty? So, so pretty. Okay, there's only one more last thing to do, and that is to grab a little scrap of white here. I'll take this one, and we're going to stamp on this in Memento black ink. The sentiment, one of the sentiments from the stamp set, peace I give unto you. There we go. And I'm actually going to fussy cut this out. I looked for several dies and I just couldn't find what I was looking for. So I'm going to fussy cut these words out of here with my paper snips. Doesn't take long. You know, we have some sentiment sets that have dies that will actually kind of bubble cut them like this one. But this one doesn't have that, so you could use a different label. I just really wanted to keep it pretty small. Let me get rid of a lot of this white here, so I don't have to battle that. And sometimes when you put a label around a sentiment, it makes it larger than you really want it to be. So, here we go. Have you guys played with the lilies yet? Or even bought them yet? They are so, so pretty. I think I really fell in love with them when I started playing with them yesterday to create the cards for this Facebook Live. And so I'm putting a couple of dimensionals on the back of that. I'm going to pop it up right up here. Maybe a little higher like that. And then I have some embellishments. And I chose to use the well, of course, they're not going to be right here where I want them. I chose to use the gold. I'm just going to grab another package here. So give me just half a second. Here we go. The gold foil gems. And I'm just going to sprinkle them on some of these little ones, like in these empty spaces here. Maybe one right there. Another one. Got a twofer there. And maybe another one down here. All right, so pretty, right? And then this is gonna pop up right here on the card base with some dimensionals. Well, get them out, folks, because Easter is coming soon. Cindy, you missed the beginning, but thank you for your beautiful card and letter you sent me. Cindy Howard, that was just so, so sweet. Really touched my heart. I love how we make friendships with people from far away, and this little craft, right, connects us to people from all over. So that is fun. So here's my first card. All I have to do is take off these dimensionals, and this is the only card I'm making today that isn't a fun fold. My other two are a fun fold. Stick around for those. I'm doing 3 cards today, and you guys know the drill. You can get a kit to make these 3 cards with any order of $35 or more in my online store this week, and I will send you the pieces. Now, I'm not allowed to stamp for you. You should know that. So I'll send you everything else you need to complete the card. So that is card number 1. Tell me what you think about it. I love the wink of Stella on it. I think it's just super elegant and pretty. And the inside of the card just has that little touch of the lily on the inside right there. So that is card number 1. Let me put that up to the side, and then we'll get the stuff out to make my second card. So the second card is I don't know what kind of fold you would call it. Well, you'll see. I am starting with a card base of Moody Mauve. Gosh, these names. Moody Mauve is the name of this. And this one is cut 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm going back to that Poetic Expressions Designer Series paper, and I've cut a panel that is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my card base right here. Maybe I'll grab some seal for this one. That other side is very pretty too, isn't it? All right. So this is going to go right here on the front of my card. Now I have another piece of that Moody Mauve, and it is cut 1.5 by 4, scored at 1 inch right here. 1.5 by 4, scored at 1 inch. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to fold it along that 1 inch tab. I'm going to add adhesive to the back of the tab. Probably need a pretty strong adhesive. I'm going to use liquid because I like to have the wiggle room, right, to adjust where it's at if I need to. And you want the score line right here of this tab to be even with the edge of the card right here, okay? So I'm going to use my glass mat to line that all up right there, really straight. Press that down, and that's going to create a tab that we're going to create a little flip here, open fold to that. It's going to be cool. All right, so now for the inside of my card, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. And I'm going to use Mossy Meadow and Moody Mauve, both colors that are in that Designer Series paper. So pretty. That's cute. So I do that all the time. I get a little too quick on the pushing enter. So I'm going to take this ink, and this is kind of like a little quadrifoil looking stamp. Let me show it to you on the, it's this little kind of, just to give some texture and things to cards, right? That little texture stamp right there. And I'm going to stamp it off once here on some grid paper, and then I'm going to stamp it right here in the corner. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing, Moody Mauve, because I just want to add just a little texture to the inside of the card. And then I'm going to grab my Mossy Meadow, put that away for a second, grab my Mossy Meadow, and I have the palm leaf here. I'm going to do the same thing with the palm leaf. I'm going to ink it up in Mossy Meadow, but then I'm going to take my grid paper, I'm going to stamp it off once, and then do a second generation leaf kind of right here in the corner, right like that. So this is going to go on the inside of my card. Use some seal here. And I'm going to cover up that hinge right there with this basic white on the inside. There we go. So that will be the inside of my card. And this will flip around, and we're going to decorate this right here. Okay? So what I have for that hinge is I have two pieces. They're that wavy circle that I showed you. Here, let me grab that from our Thoughtful Expressions dies. It's the largest of this wavy circle label right there. Okay, and I'm cutting two of them, and they're about 3 3/4 of an inch round. If you wanted to just use a circle, or you could use any shape you wanted for this tab right here. Okay, so I am taking two pieces of just scrap paper. I got some Mossy Meadow, and I said 2 3/4 by 8, and this one is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. But you really just need room to stamp some of these palm leaves. So on the Mossy Meadow, with Mossy Meadow ink, I'm going to stamp 2 palm leaves. There's one. And there's 2 right there. Okay. And then I would take my Easter die cuts and use this palm leaf right here. Line it up. It's very easy to line up and die cut it out. And you would do that 2 times. But I did that ahead for us, so we wouldn't have to wait for that. Okay, so I have 2 of those palm leaves. And then next, you're going to take a piece of basic white, and you're going to stamp the palm leaf again. This time, let me clean off my Mossy Meadow there on that one. This time you're going to stamp it in Memento Black ink, because we're going to do a little blending with that. So I'm going to grab my Tuxedo Memento Black, and I'm going to ink up the palm leaf in Memento Black and stamp it on a basic white here. There we go. And then I'm grabbing my Mossy Meadow blends, and I'm just going to color each leaf in light, and then just kind of in those shady spots where they give you that shading at the base of the leaf, I am going to shade some dark. So this is the light. I think the last one is my favorite, but I'll be interested in hearing which one you guys like the best, because you got to help me decide which one to do for my swaps in Houston. We can have a little vote. Okay, there's my light mossy meadow. That is pretty on its own, but we're going to add a little dark in here at the base. Just kind of give it the little bit of a dimension that we need. I'm really excited about our online exclusives this time. So Stampin' Up! This past year has decided to introduce some products intermittently throughout the year that you can only get online. That way they don't have to wait for a catalog to come out to be able to introduce them. So when you go to shop for online exclusives, be sure to search for that in the search bar, okay? And they will all pop up. And then you can filter it by newest, and you will see all the newest ones. So I would take this die and die cut that one out as well. And I've already done that over here also. So I'm grabbing one of these labels, and I'm going to start layering up these palm leaves onto this white label. So I've got this one that I'm going to put kind of right there. I've got this. Thanks, Brenda. Thanks for coming while you could. Be sure to come back on because, like I said, the last one is my favorite. I'm going to put this one kind of offset like that. And then this one is going to be popped up in the center with dimensionals. Okay, so popping up my blended, isn't that pretty? That is already so pretty, right? And then I have a label that I cut from the Thoughtful Expressions dies. It is a 2.5 inch by 1 1/4 inch label, and it has some sweet edges on it. So it's the smallest of this one right here. And I'm gonna stamp on that God is Good. And I'm going to do that in this Moody Mauve ink. Let's see if I can get my head in the camera here. There we go. God is Good. And that is going to get popped up right here on the front of the card. So since this is already popped up, I'm only going to put a dimensional under the word good. And then on this other side, I'm going to just add some flat glue. Amen, Sue. Amen. So here we go. What do you guys think? Okay, so now this is going to go right on top of my, looks like I got my greenery a little too far up. Maybe I'll just, let's try to fix this and rotate it a little bit so that that greenery won't be off. There we go. That'll work right like that, right? So I'm gonna put glue right here on the end of this tab, like that. And then this is gonna set right on top like that. Okay, you guys like that? Maybe I need to turn this just a little bit more. Maybe adjust this a little bit more. There we go. God is Good. All right, so there is the front of the card. Not quite done with that yet because I'm going to grab some linen thread and some gold thread. I'm using the linen thread and the elegant trim. And I'm gonna line them up together. I don't know if I've ever done this before, but I liked it, how it looked after I did it. So I'm gonna put them next to each other, and then I'm going to tie a bow here. And I'm gonna tuck this bow right under that label. Pull my ends a little bit smaller. There we go. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot. So you get a little bit of that linen in there, and you get a little bit of that gold. I really liked how that turned out. And I'm going to grab a glue dot, press that in, and then this is going to get tucked right under this side of that God is Good label right there. Kind of on the bottom of those palm leaves. And then I'm going to show you something I added, and maybe it needs it, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You guys can decide. I kind of like the finished look of it. So let me put these pieces aside. I'm going to add some of those gold gems on the front here of my card. Scatter them around. If you've ever gotten a PDF from me, I always say scatter on some gems. So there's really no rhyme or reason to gems, except that you usually want to use odd numbers because it just gives a balance, right? Same with decorating everything else. Okay, so there is the front of my card. You open it, and there's the inside. But I wasn't sure I liked this part right here. So I decided to grab another one of those labels, and I think I'm going to cover that up so it's not quite so, you know, rugged and unsightly right there. What do you guys think of that idea? So I decided to go back to my palm leaf and my Mossy Meadow ink. Thanks, Kathy. I just thought, oh, I don't really like how that looks. So I'm going to go back to my Mossy ink again, and I'm going to stamp it off just like I did before and stamp a leaf right here. And then I decided to use another sentiment from this set that says, trust the Lord with all your heart. And I'm going to stamp that in Moody Mauve right here. So pretty, right? And then I'm going to add some liquid glue to the back side of this. And I'm going to line up those scallops with each other and just lay that right on top, right there. Kind of give it a nice little finishing touch when you open it up, right? Going the extra mile there. Let me put these things away. And that is my card number 2. I really love this one. I hope you guys do too. God is good. Trust the Lord with all your heart, and then plenty of room inside to write on the inside as well. Isn't it so pretty? Okay, I have one more for you. Might be my favorite because I used the die cuts that are actually build a lily. It's super fun. So hang with me. Don't everybody leave me at once here. I've got one more card to show you, and this might be my swap card for on stage, but I love them all, so we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so let me put some things away over here. Let me move that stamp over there. Okay. Should have an envelope right here to put these things in. Here we are. Okay. It's card number 2. Card number 3 for my online card class to go is a beautiful bubblegum card where I'm going to build the lily. Okay, so here we go. I have a piece of bubble bath. I say bubble gum all the time, don't I? It's a bubble bath. This is bubble bath cardstock. Looks like I got that a little crooked, so I'm going to straighten that out there real quick. There we go. It's cut 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and then 2 3/4. So right in the middle of that card front, we're going to fold that back. I have 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. This is from that same Poetic Expressions paper, so pretty. This one's going to go on the inside, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. Let me use my seal here. Isn't it so pretty? I love this paper. Let's face it, I kind of love all of our Design Series paper. There's not too many of them that I look at and I'm like, I can't use that at all. Okay, so then this one is going to go, got another piece of the same paper that is cut 2 1/2 by 4, and it's going to go on this front panel right here. All right, it's going to go right there. Perfect. Okay, then I have a piece of that crumb cake paper, and I'm using the 4 1/2 inch by 3 1/4 inch of the perennial postage dies, okay? And this is going to end up being the front panel of our card right here. So I'm going to start by taking some soft seafoam ink and stamping that same leaf again, that palm leaf. And I'm going to stamp it in soft seafoam ink. I'm going to stamp it off once, just like I've done with my Mossy Meadow. And then I'm going to stamp it right here on the bottom right corner of that postage stamp. It's very subtle, but you can see it there. Then, with Early Espresso ink, I'm going to stamp the words, "He is risen," kind of right there. Okay. I have cut out already for us the pieces that build the lily. So you get a piece that looks like this. You get a 3-petaled piece. You get a 2-petaled piece that actually goes behind the 3-petaled piece like that. And then you have a center leaf that goes down like that, okay? But before I adhere these together, I decided to take some Lemon Lolly ink and my blending brush, and I am going to blend on some ink right in the centers of those lilies. There we go. And right here on that little tab right there. There we go. Then I'm going to build my lily. So I'm going to put a dimensional right here in the center of this one. I'm going to put the 3-piece on top of that, right like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this little center piece right here. Put a dimensional right there. And it's going to go down right like that. So that is going to build my 3-dimensional lily. Then I have a stain 'em again here and lemon lolly, just like before. And I'm going to grab that Wink of Stella one more time and just brush that on right there. And then this is going to be attached underneath that, kind of a little bit of an edge of it underneath that this little bottom piece right here. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I have also cut out 2 leaves in soft seafoam. So these leaves are going to go on right here to the front of that postage, and then this lily is going to go on right there. Isn't that so pretty? Okay, so let me grab my liquid glue here. Add a little liquid glue. On the back of my soft seafoam leaves here. Then my lily is going to go right like that in the top corner. Okay. Add some glue flat to that. It's got enough popping going on here. And then I took a piece of that wavy trim right here. This is from the Earth and Elegance, but I just really liked the texture of this. And I'm going to just loop it like that. Okay. I'm not going to put a knot in it because I want to be able to tuck it underneath my flower and have it just kind of go like that. Okay, that might be a little bit too long. So I'm just going to add a bunch of liquid glue right underneath that bottom panel right here. I'm going to set this under there. Like that. It's going to be a big enough blob that I think it's going to hold all those pieces. And then I'm going to grab something heavy. Let me do this block right here and just set that on there and let it kind of all gel together while I'm working on the inside of the card. Okay, so for the inside of the card, I have 2 pieces, one that is 3 by 4 3/8 of basic white, 3 by 4 3/8, and then I have a 3 1/8 by 4 1/2 piece of crumb cake. I'm going to once again, one more time, stamp that palm leaf in soft seafoam ink. This time I'm not going to stamp it off. I'm just going to stamp it right there, kind of off to the left. It's going to go on top of this panel. Okay. I'm going to pull this panel back off over here now that I have that ribbon all tucked in there. This is going to go on right here. And so I only want to put glue on this side of the panel right here. Okay. So with all that dimension that has on there already, I'm just going to use flat glue and add that right there and center it around the edges, even though it's going to be a fun fold and it's going to open interestingly. I need to mess with that ribbon just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now this panel is for the inside, but I don't want it to show, like I don't want to guess where to put it. I want it to be centered right behind this label right here, right? So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put this behind that label, right like that. Okay, kind of hold it into place. Add the liquid glue to the back. And then I'm actually going to flip over this back panel on top of it. And then I know it's going to be behind that front label, so it won't be seen until you open the card. Do you guys like that? I really like this one. It's a fun little card, I think. So pretty. So now I'm just going to add some gems, just like I did on the other ones. I'm just going to add a few, scatter them on, right? Maybe over here. And that is my last card. Do you guys love that? I like to build the lily. I think that's it's fun, and I like the texture of this ribbon, and I like the fun fold on there. I love the postage die, perennial postage die. So I hope you guys love that one too. I know they're all so pretty. So let me show you all three of them again. And let you know that if you want a kit to make these 6 cards, I can die cut, I can't stamp, it's against Stampin' Up! Rules, but I can send you all the pieces in the die cuts. And where's my last one? Here it is, right over here. So which one do you like best? Okay, I should do them in the other order. So this was card number 1. This is card number 2, and this was card number 3. Place your votes below and let me know which one you like the best, because I have to make Easter cards for a swap at our national convention next week, and I need to get started on them. So give me your vote and let me know which one you think I should do for our swap. I hope you guys love this. Let me pull my camera up. Give me lots of love. Share out to your friends if you can. And I'm always so honored and thrilled that you're with me, and humbled that you spend your lunchtime on Mondays stamping with me. So give me some feedback. Let me know which one you like the best, number 1, 2, or 3. And this was 1. This was 2. And this was number 3. So let me know which one you like the best, and I will see you back here next Monday. I'm excited to show you maybe one of the fun online exclusives for a class to go. So God bless everybody. See you next Monday. Bye-bye.